How's it going? Here we go. It is actually, so today is Sunday, December 13th? And in this Bible Project reading plan of Advent Reflections, it's actually like the 14th day in the reading plan. Third Sunday of Advent, we're moving into a discussion of joy. At least that was the topic at my church today, but this reflection is still kind of, it's like the last one in the previous week. It's still talking about peace, but looking into Philippians. And I just thought this is an interesting passage to have as an Advent reading, and there's just one or two verses here that I really want to look at. And so Philippians 4, 1 through 9, picking up on verse 2 here, and this is the Message paraphrase. Check this out. I urge Euodia, some interesting names here, bear with me. I urge Euodia and Syntyche to iron out their differences and make up. God doesn't want his children holding grudges. And oh yes, Syzygus, since you're right there to help them work things out, do your best with them. These women worked for the Message hand in hand with Clement and me and with the other veterans, worked as hard as any of us. Remember, their names are also in the book of life. And it goes on to discuss the rest of the reading, but I don't know, this is interesting. So Paul is addressing this conflict that's happening in the church at Philippi, or Philippi, however you want to pronounce it. I usually pronounce it Philippi. The letter to the Philippian church, the Philippians, is where that comes from. So there's these two, apparently it sounds like ladies in the church having some interpersonal conflict. I urge Euodia and Syntyche to iron out their differences and make up. God doesn't want his children holding grudges. I just think this is interesting as an Advent passage, and the Bible Project people and the YouVersion plan developers, whatever, maybe they didn't mean for the focus to be on these two verses 2 and 3 of Philippians chapter 4, but it goes on to talk, in the devotional thought about how, again, peace, the peace of Christ, the peace that we hope to experience through Advent, is not just circumstantial or situational, it's personal and it's relational. And maybe that's just an interesting challenge for some of us, for you or for me. Where are the places that we have relational conflict? Could it be that us really experiencing all the peace that God has to offer us in Christ during this Advent season could be unlocked as we try to be people of peace, as we stop holding a grudge against someone, as we forgive someone? I think this is good human, social, familial advice, and something, that could help a lot of us. And I don't know where you're at. I don't know the kind of relational conflict you're dealing with. Maybe you're not the person actually in conflict, but you're supposed to be the Syzygus in the story. And Paul says, oh yeah, Syzygus, since you're right there to help them work it out, do your best with them. So maybe you're the Syzygus, I'm the Syzygus in someone else's conflict to help them work it out. But anyway, it seems like there's something, well, it doesn't seem, there is something about our vertical relationship with God, and that's connected and integrated with our horizontal relationships with others. So I challenge you, if you're having a lack of peace with someone, do your best to iron out those differences, as Paul says here in that Message paraphrase. And who knows, maybe that unlocks a new experience of Christ and the season of joy and hope and peace in your life. worth a shot, right? That is my little reflection on this Advent reading, and so I know I missed a couple of days. Sorry about that. Oh well, we'll just pick up where we left off and not kick ourselves too much for it. All right, so have a great week, and we'll see you next time.